What's the one thing separating you from the life you've always dreamed of? Is it money? Connections? Luck? I'm here to tell you it's none of those things. The real secret is something you already have, right now, inside your own head. Stick with me, because the story I'm about to share could completely redefine how you see yourself and your future. It all starts with a simple, powerful quote from Napoleon Hill. What you think, you become. Our thoughts don't just stay in our heads, they build the reality we live in. If you think you're limited, you will be. If you think you're capable of greatness, you're already on your way. Now let me tell you a story about a beggar who sat on a busy street every day hoping for spare change. His life was a cycle of waiting and receiving just enough to get by. One day, a successful entrepreneur walked past. The beggar, as usual, held out his hand and asked for money. But the entrepreneur stopped and said something unexpected. I'd love to give you something, but you have to give me something in return. Success is all about exchange. The beggar was confused. But I have nothing to give, he replied, pointing to his empty cup. The entrepreneur just smiled and said, think about it before walking away. That one sentence echoed in the beggar's mind for days. If you have nothing to give, you have no right to ask. He looked at the few coins people dropped into his cup and had a profound realization. He wasn't just poor in possessions, he was poor in mindset. He had been focused only on taking, not on giving. This was the moment everything began to change. He thought, if I want to receive, I must first learn to give. But what could he possibly give? He had no money, no skills, nothing of conventional value. Then, he looked at the patch of grass near his usual spot. It was full of beautiful, wild daisies. An idea sparked. The next day, when a kind woman dropped a coin into his cup, he didn't just say thank you. He picked a fresh daisy and handed it to her. Her face lit up with a genuine smile. It was a small gesture, but it was an exchange. He started doing this for everyone who gave him money, and a funny thing happened. People didn't just take the flower, they started giving more. Their donations weren't just acts of pity anymore. They felt like a happy transaction. They were receiving something beautiful, a small moment of joy in return for their generosity. His daily earnings started to double, then triple. He wasn't just a beggar anymore. He was providing value. A few months passed, and the same entrepreneur happened to walk by again. The beggar, now looking much more vibrant and confident, immediately recognized him, rushed over not to ask for money, but with a proud smile on his face. He held out a beautiful fresh daisy and said, "Sir, today I have something to give you." The entrepreneur was impressed. He accepted the flower and gave the man a generous sum of money. But as the man reached for the cash, he suddenly pulled his hand back. A look of revelation crossed his face. He said, "Wait a minute. I shouldn't take your money. This flower is something you should pay for. You're not giving me a handout. You're buying this flower from me." He finally understood. He wasn't a beggar. A beggar is someone who only takes. He was giving something of value, and people were paying for it. He was a merchant, an entrepreneur. In that moment, his entire identity shifted. He no longer saw himself as someone who needed to be pitied. He saw himself as a businessman. This change in self-perception was the ultimate catalyst. He stopped sitting on the street corner, gathered more flowers, arranged them into small bouquets, and started actively selling them to passersby. He reinvested his earnings, buying better flowers from a wholesaler than a small cart to display them. His little operation grew and grew. 6 months later, our story comes full circle. The entrepreneur was attending a business luncheon when he was introduced to the guest of honor, the city's most successful and innovative new florist. He looked at the man, now dressed in a sharp suit, and was stunned to recognize the face of the beggar he had spoken to less than a year ago. The former beggar, now a thriving business owner, walked over and shook the entrepreneur's hand warmly. "I've been waiting for this day," he said. "I want to thank you. You taught me the most important lesson in my life. We only truly receive when we learn how to give." The entrepreneur smiled and replied, "You're the one who deserves the credit. I only planted a seed. You were the one who nurtured it and made it grow. You were never truly a beggar. You just thought you were." This story isn't just about a beggar and some flowers. It's about you. It's about me. It's about the labels we put on ourselves. Are you a beggar in some area of your life? Are you just waiting for opportunities to be handed to you? Or are you a merchant, actively looking for what value you can create and what you can give to the world? Your current situation does not define your future. Your mindset does. The moment you stop seeing yourself as someone who lacks and start seeing yourself as someone who has something to offer, no matter how small it seems, is the moment you unlock your true potential. You have unique gifts, ideas, and talents. The world is waiting for you to share them. Change your thoughts, and you will absolutely change your life. So, what will you start giving today? Thank you so much for watching. If this story resonated with you, please hit that like button and subscribe for more content to help you unlock your best self. I'll see you in the next video.